Good morning, Year 5. In today's lesson, we're going to be learning how to find perimeter of rectangles. Before we start our lesson, there are some questions that I would like you to look at. Take your time to work them out. You can pause this video anytime you want. And in a few seconds, I'm going to give you the answers to all of them. In the first question, we were supposed to find the perimeter of a square. Knowing that a square has got 4 sides that are equal, you should have multiplied 11 by 4. I'm going to skip to the question 2c, where you were supposed to subtract 2 times 9, which would give you 18, from 42. In the third question, you were supposed to work out that 6,000 meters equal 6 kilometers. And in the fourth question, you should have noticed that you have got 2 sets of 3, therefore you should have written 3 times 2. And you have got 2 sets of 9, and you should have written 9 times 2. Now, yesterday we learned how to find the perimeter of a shape on a grid. So we said the perimeter is the length around the closed 2D shape. So that means we were going around the shape, adding all the sides up like this, and in the end we would have found the whole length of that perimeter or the shape. Now, in today's lesson, we are not going to have a grid to help us anymore, but knowing properties of a rectangle, some features of a rectangle, we will be able to figure out the perimeter of this shape as well. One of the most important features that we are interested in today is the that a rectangle has got 2 pairs of equal sides. So we talked about this yesterday. We said that the opposite sides are always the same. Therefore, if I know that my length is 6 centimeters, I will also know that this side, the opposite side, must also be 6 centimeters long. If I know that my width is 2 centimeters, I will know that my width on the other side is also 2. That means I should have added up these sides, and I would have got 16 centimeters as a perimeter of this rectangle. Now, that is one way of figuring out the perimeter. You could have also said, because I know that I've got 2 sides that are the same, which means that there is 6 on this side as well, I could have written that as 6 times 2. And I know that I've got 2 on this side and 2 on that side. I could have written that as 2 times 2 over here, and then added that up as well. There is also a third way to calculate the perimeter, and this is how it goes. You could say, because you have got 2 lengths and 2 widths, that you can simply add up your length and your width and multiply that by 2, because you've got 2 sets of widths and lengths. So just look at how that can be used if we're trying to find a perimeter of these shapes. So for example, I could say my length is 9, my width is 2. If I add them up, I'm going to have 11. But I need to multiply that by 2 because I've got another length here and another width here. This is going to give me 22 centimeters. You could try this method on these questions here as well. I'm going to draw your attention to question number 3, because here we have got a square. And square, as we know, is a special rectangle that has got all the sides that are the same. And it's got 4 sides. That means you should have multiplied 7 by 4, and that would have given you 28. Once you've done these questions, from 1 to 3 on your worksheet, you can go and work out this question. In this question, you were only given your width on one side and width on another side. In order to work out this question, you should have added up your width and then taken that away from your perimeter. But because the answer that you would have found would have been both lengths of your rectangle, that means that you should divide that answer by 2 in order to find only one side of your rectangle. I hope that this presentation was helpful to you. Please pause the video anytime you need, and also refer back to the PowerPoint that is provided for you, because that PowerPoint is exactly the same as this video.